Hello, passengers, and welcome to the Midnight Train, America's second favorite podcast and unluckiest podcast, where we bring the dark to light, where history never dies, and where listener discretion is always advised. We dive into, make fun of, and joke about the creepy and unsolved mysteries of the world, all while trying to bring you as much information on each topic as possible. Yes, we are a comedy-ish podcast, and we do talk about some pretty dark things. So if you're not into those two worlds meeting each other, hey, no hard feelings. But if you are, thanks for giving us a chance and welcome aboard. I am your host, the conductor of the Cryptic, Jonathan Sayer, and with me, of course, back in the co-host chair, it's the one, it's the only, it's Mr. Moody.
Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Oh, you want to make me wait like that?
You like that hesitation?
The dramatic pause?
Yeah. Pause.
Yeah.
Dramatic.
No one cares, dude.
It's fine. It's fine.
You're saying that and everyone's like, yeah, that fucking dingleberry, whatever.
Dingleberry. Ouch. I just smacked my fucking mic. This new microphone I have. Well, it's actually not a new mic. It's an old mic because my good one totally broke. Like a
It's
7
an old vocal mic.
It's an old wooden ship. No, but it took a crap, so now I'm using this thing, and it's fine. It's fine.
I mean, is that the Shure, though? That's a solid mic,
Yeah,
right?
it's the Shure podcast microphone, and
it's not the good one that you...
Yeah, it's not my SM7B. My SM7B is the good one, but it took a dump, so I'm going to see if they can fix it for me. But in the meantime, we are here.
Did you get a hold of them? Like, send it back or anything?
Not yet. I will.
Okay.
Once I find like 7 more freaking
No, like
days in my week.
I don't know if they still do it, but like with the SM57s and 58s, it was basically like if it broke and you sent it back, they'd fucking fix it for you for free.
It'd be sweet. Yeah, the inside where the diaphragm is. And everyone out there is probably just like, why are they talking about this? Anyway, hi.
That's what we do, bro. That's what we do.
We are here, and yes, we are. We are going to be talking today about something that's I'm familiar with from my childhood. So is Moody, and something I've wanted to talk about for a while. It's just one of them things. So, what we'll do, as we always do here, we'll just jump right into it. So let's just save the rest of the business stuff until the end. And let's just jump into it. Let's turn on the lights.
Let's jump.
Adjust our seats. Grab a drink. And let's get... sadly nostalgic. Does that work?
That's a good way of putting it. I think.
Okay. But first, here's a toast to all you beautiful motherfuckers.
What, you got something to drink over there? Modelo. Might be some people out there upset that you're drinking a Spanish beer.
So dumb.
Sorry, I just said.
No, but it is. It's so stupid.
I got some coffee right here. Buddy, gotta stay awake.
There you go.
It's also some water.
Yeah, boy. I needed that. We need that palate cleanser before we jump into this.
Yeah, buddy.
This episode. This is definitely a tough one. But so we're going to be talking about the Amy Mihaljevic, who was abducted when she was 12 years old, right around the corner from where we're from, and unfortunately murdered. And it's very, very sad. So, but before we get into that entire thing, because remember what we try to do here, we try to do like unsolved things and that nature, and it is still technically unsolved, even though unsolved, quote unquote.
Right.
So we're going to just go through the some global child abduction stats first.
Oh,
yeah. Just because in order to get into this, a lot of people think that, they say like, oh, this many kids go missing every year. And it's like, yeah, they do. But, I think it's like 90% of them are found or, come back or whatever it is like that. So, So it's often
just real quick.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here thinking to myself right now, like in my head.
That's dangerous.
About it's bad. It's really bad, actually. Just about the episode, and obviously, I don't know what you've written and what you have. I contributed a little bit. You kind of took the reins and went for it, so I know a little bit, but I just know about the case, right? Because we lived through it. We were old enough to understand what was happening, and
right, absolutely,
whatever.
yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself about this episode, and I'm like, I'm gonna feel really bad if I have to make a joke or laugh or
but I mean,
no.
Obviously,
we're not
going to
be
we won't be making jokes at the expense of the family or especially the victim or whatever, because we don't do that. But of course, we're going to make jokes because, I mean, this is heavy shit, guys. Everyone out there, you guys know some of the stuff we talk about, it's heavy. And in order to send some levity into that, we're going to make probably off-colored, more than likely dumb jokes, because that helps us get through it, But that's why you guys listen. That's why you guys come back, week.
And if you haven't listened to us before, this will probably be the last time you do.
Or you'll love it. So I guess we'll find out. I mean, I've wanted to do this. I've wanted to do this episode forever.
Yeah, we've been talking about it for a while.
Yeah, and it's just something that I've been working on trying to get is into it. And you'll find out there's a part that I'm not super. We'll get to it. So it's often estimated that around 8 million children worldwide are abducted, trafficked. See?
Good start.
There we go. Woo!
Good start. Off and running, folks.
Yep.
Here we go. It only gets better from here.
Abducted, trafficked, or go missing each year, though it's just an approximation due to inconsistent reporting and varying definitions of what abducted and trafficking actually means in other countries. So they may have stronger or looser laws.
That's worldwide numbers?
Worldwide, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's still 8 million. That's crazy.
No, I was going to say, though, 8 million, if it was just here,
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad. So the UN Office on Drugs and Crime, or the UNODC, it's the UNODC, so UNODC, reports that children accounted for roughly 38% of all detected human trafficking victims globally in 2022.
Wow.
Yeah, with children increasingly detected compared to previous years. So UNICEF and the UNODC data shows that between 2020 and 2023, over 202,000 trafficking victims were detected globally, and 38% were children. So that's 77,000 child victims detected in just that span of 3 years. And though actual victims,
ridiculous.
It's disgusting. And though actual victims are believed to be much higher due to large numbers of undetected cases, these are just the ones that are
that they know about.
That we know about, right?
That we know what happened to them, yeah.
Right. So trafficking is a distinct but overlapping category with child abduction. Not all abductions are trafficking, and not all trafficking involves abduction. But many trafficking victims are taken or transported against their will. Right?
Right.
We get that? Okay.
Well, yeah, because you got those sick fucks trafficking their own children out, and
right.
You got people getting abducted that aren't getting, kids getting abducted that aren't getting trafficked.
Right.
I also wonder how many of those are like, I don't know if you have the stat anywhere, but like how many of those abductions that aren't trafficking are like familial. Like dad takes the kids and rolls out because mom won't let him see the kids, or mom, like there was a lady that just fucking took her kids to the country of Georgia or some shit like that.
Well, I do have those stats.
Like, you do have those stats?
In fact, we're going to say that we're going to talk about those right now. So child abductions are generally characterized differently depending on context. National studies, like the Department of Justice historical estimates, show that parental or family abductions vastly outnumber stranger abductions, comprising over 90% of child abductions in some reports.
All right, well, there you go.
So these often occur in custody disputes or during family breakdowns or, divorces, man, when they get ugly and someone's like,
it's crazy.
You're not going to see him anymore. And it's so fucked up.
I think it's such a ridiculous thing.
It's fucked up.
And that goes both ways. I'm not just saying women, but generally women end up with custody. So
right.
There's either just by sheer numbers, there ends up being more women that keep their children from the fathers.
Correct.
But the same token, like any father that would keep his kids from like, if there's extenuating circumstances, like if one of them's a drug addict or they beat the kid, like obviously,
yeah, of course, yeah.
Right. But like if me and Danny were to split up and she tried to keep the kids from me for like, I mean, we'd have, that would be fucking ridiculous. Like stuff like that is insane to me. Like,
Let's
I don't
be
know
honest.
why.
Let's be honest. You'll just tell her to keep them.
No, she can have them. I'm not saying I want them. I'm just saying that I'd like to see them every once in a while.
So stranger abductions are extremely rare statistically. Okay, so in the United States, for example, less than 1% of missing child cases involve stranger abduction.
Wow, that's actually crazy.
Yeah, isn't it?
Less than 1%?
Less than 1%. So that means it's either a family member or somebody they know, a friend of the family, something like that has done this. 99%.
So it's not the ice cream truck or the candy van.
It's not. That's all.
As much as they want you to believe that.
And here's something to make every parent out there that's listening right now fearful. 1% involves strangers. So the rest, 99, that's somebody you know or that kid knows already.
That's crazy.
That's terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. So typical.
I'm glad I don't have many friends.
Right. So typical estimates suggest that less than 115 stranger abductions per year in the U.S. resulted in a missing child. So that's that's wild. That's what that didn't.
So they catch them. Well, you got to think too. Nowadays, there's so many cameras fucking everywhere.
Right.
It
just means
you get pretty quick leads, and
Right. Logically, you're not going to have that dude just driving on the street and see a kid and snatch him up. That's not what's going to happen.
And anymore, like I know with our kids, like both my daughters have phones, and we have like that app or whatever that we can track where they're at.
Yeah, that thing's awesome.
So, like if we know that they're supposed to be somewhere, and like we see that they're like somewhere random, like we can track where they are. And like I think she put one of those air tags or whatever, like thing like that on Rex's bag, so we can see where he's at. So like there's stuff like that too. Like know right away if your kid's not where they're supposed to be.
Yeah, there's ways. As long as you're a diligent parent, there's pretty much there's a way to keep track of them. But also too, I don't know. I'm also old school where it's like let kids be kids. I know we live in a totally different time, but hopefully this gives a sense of relief.
We don't necessarily live in the same different. Like we hear about it more.
Correct. It's readily available.
It used to be so regionalized.
Right.
Like when this whole thing happened that we're going to talk about today.
Right. Yeah.
Like it kind of made national-ish news. Like it wasn't huge outside of this area though. Like it wasn't like this big. Like now, kid goes missing and everybody in the goddamn country gets a fucking Amber Alert on their phone.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's crazy.
So you know immediately when somebody's missing.
Right.
And where it's at.
And it could literally be a mistake too. Where like the dad is just an idiot and totally forgot that he had to go and take his kids somewhere. Yeah, exactly. And then Moody is waving at himself. And then you know what I mean? Like those things do happen. But yeah, it's readily available. We are way more in contact technology wise than we've ever been in the past.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Many trafficking cases involve kidnapping or coercion. But global detected trafficking data does not distinguish abduction versus active recruitment in all cases. However, children were about 38% of detected trafficking victims worldwide in 2022, right? We said that. Trafficking purposes include sexual exploitation, forced labor, forced criminality, begging, and illegal adoption, many of which involve unlawful separation from guardians. The illegal adoption thing blows my mind that that's actually still a thing.
Oh, yeah, dude.
That's crazy.
I mean, think about it. There's got to be money to be made, right? Like, yeah, I can get you a kid. Like, it's going to cost you, but I can get you a kid.
Yeah, but it's 2026. You know what I mean? Like, that's wild to me that that's still something that's like prevalent. I don't have the stats that say what that actually is, that number.
Sure.
But even if it's 5, you know what I mean? Like, back in the day,
it's crazy.
Back in the day, that was a huge thing. There was a woman who actually had a business.
We talked about her in one of our episodes.
Yeah. Where she would go and basically kidnap or murder people, take these kids and resell them. Like that's well, what the fuck?
Yeah, we talked. I don't remember what episode that was, but we talked about her in one of the episodes.
So it might have been a bonus. But speaking of bonus,
no, it was. I think it was one of those like we talked like about a few different things. I think.
Yeah,
and she was definitely in there. There was like a whole section of her.
Yeah. She what an asshole. Like she was an absolute asshole. And if I'm not mistaken, I don't think she got in that much trouble, did she?
I think she killed herself, actually.
Yeah, I think that's before she actually got found out.
Before she actually got caught and brought, like, I think she killed herself.
Yeah, that sounds right. That sounds right. But speaking of bonuses, if you guys are not Patreon subscribers, poopers, those beautiful people, if I can do the right button here. I just had to do that. We just talked about the Bain family murders over in New Zealand. And I want to do a bonus on Adam Walsh because it's kind of correlative to this issue.
Because he's like, so when you walk into Walmart and you see the little thing that says Code Adam on the door, that's what it's about.
Yeah, and that's John Walsh from America's Most Wanted. He started that program, who actually solved a bunch of cases over his son being abducted and murdered. So we'll do that as a bonus episode. Anyway, sorry, I just had
nice.
I just remembered that in my head. So large-scale abductions have happened in conflict zones, like thousands of Ukrainian children reportedly taken to Russia and occupied areas during the 2022-2025 conflict, representing one of the largest known modern child abduction campaigns. That's crazy. Never even thought about that when it came to
like
that.
wartime stuff.
Yeah, never even thought about that.
I mean, they go through, wipe out a village, take the kids, force them into fucking fighting, and they do that a lot. Like in Africa, they force the kids to fight and stuff.
I was going to say that's more of like a down there thing, but I just didn't think about it.
Sounded really bad.
I know. I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean it. I guess more of a third world country thing. Does that make sense?
You're just digging a hole. You're digging the hole, bro.
I'm going to continue, and I meant nothing by that, people, all right? He just does that, so I feel bad. Anyway.
It's true. John's a good person.
Yeah, I try. Well, while complete global numbers aren't available, many countries publish their own data on missing children, which can include abductions. United States, hundreds of thousands of missing children reports are, annually, but only a tiny fraction are stranger kidnappings, like we mentioned. Most are runaways or, again, family abductions. China, these are some varied sources on this, suggest that less than 20,000 children abducted annually in some contexts, though official counts differ. China's huge. They have a much larger population than we do, and less than 20,000 children are actually reported abducted. Yeah. Now, many European countries report tens of thousands of missing children each year, but abduction breaks down again by by authority, like who's doing what kind of thing.
Also, though, you have to think, right? Media and news out of China is very, very governmentally controlled, right?
That is true, too. They may not be telling everybody. That's very, very...
those numbers might not be even close.
That's kind of what the communist
try to save
agenda is.
Try to save face, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that is very true. So agencies like the U.S. Department of State report annual figures of international parental abduction cases filed under the Hague Convention, but there is no unified global total publicly released. So these reports list individually treaty cases rather than a single global number. So this is basically that number that I gave is the ones that are actually claiming it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So there is no unified global registry or universally accepted definition of child abduction. And the differences include how countries classify missing versus abducted versus trafficked, whether runaways, custody disputes, or trafficking are included under abduction, and lack of reporting infrastructure in many regions means actual numbers are likely higher than detected cases. Now, because of this, reporting biases exist, of course. Countries with robust records often show higher counts than countries with weaker systems, even if actual incidents are lower. Trafficking statistics are tracked globally for detected victims, but they do not capture all abductions. Okay, we all on the same page with all this stuff? All right.
Yeah.
So, child abduction, again, is a complex issue with overlapping categories: familial, stranger, trafficking, and conflict-related abductions, and they all have different legal and social implications. Okay, so that's just some stats that I looked up and I found on that, and it could terrify you because if your kid's going to get taken, it's probably from someone they know, or it should make you feel better because they're probably not going to get taken. You know what I mean?
The chance of your kids getting kidnapped while they're at the park is very slim.
Very, very slim. Yeah. So,
or you could just have asshole kids like me, and they're not going to get taken anyways.
They'll bring them back. That's the thing.
Absolutely.
I used to tell my daughter that all the
100%.
time. Dad, what if 100%. I get taken? They'll bring you back, honey. I promise.
Yeah. I'll see you in 20 minutes.
It's so horrible. And we're kidding. We love our kids. Oh, man, most times.
Oh, I love my kids, but they're assholes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well,
I told you what happened. Rex tried to fight a kid.
Yeah. Deservedly, though. Deservedly.
Sure.
100% deservedly.
Still.
Yes.
chased him down, was going to beat the shit out of him.
Love it. All right, so now, who was Amy Mihaljevic? All right. So Amy was born on December 11th, 1978 in Little Rock, Arkansas, to parents Mark and Margaret Mihaljevic. She had an older brother named Jason. And by the way, we're going to talk about Jason, and it's so fucking crazy.
Oh.
But she's 2 years younger than I am.
Right. I would say she's like right age-wise, like right in between us.
Right, exactly. I was born in 76. She was born in 78, so she's less than 2 years younger than me.
So she's 2 years from you, 2 years from me, because I was born in 80.
Right, exactly. So she's right there, So that's why to us, we heard about this and we're like, oh shit, And it was just so publicized, and we'll talk about it. So when Amy was about 3 years old, her family moved from Mississippi to Bay Village, Ohio, which is the town that's not too far away from either one of us.
I was going to say, Bay Village is like 2 cities over from you right now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's and it's hoity-toity, very expensive to live there. And they have the highest property taxes in Northeast Ohio, I believe. So
it's all them rich folk over there.
Yeah. My former grandmother-in-law lives over there. Yeah. So, it's a very, very nice place. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
like houses on the lake and all that kind of shit.
Yeah. They're very, very nice. So she moves over to Bay Village, right? A quiet middle-class suburb on the on the shores. Maybe back then.
Back then it was.
Yeah, it ain't now. On the shores of Lake Erie, just outside of Cleveland, Ohio. Bay Village in the late 1980s was considered very safe. Neighbors trusted one another, and children often played and rode their bikes freely. Okay? Of course, it was a small little suburb. Nobody's thinking back when this is the time when she's, her age coming up on this is when we were told to go outside and not come back in until the lights were on. That's it. We went outside, we played, we had a great time, and then we just came in and had dinner, and that was it.
Dude, my parents, they had no idea. When I left the house for the day, they had no idea where I was until I came home. I was come home for lunch because I was a fat, hungry fuck. But
we're talking
that,
and we're talking like weekends and summer vacations and stuff like that. Like I was told to leave the house.
You wake up. If I wasn't helping mow the lawn or doing like yard work, it was like go do something, get the hell out of here.
And there were no cell phones, no pagers. There was nothing like that. It was. I had to throw pagers in there, but there were no cell phones. There was nothing like that. It was if you had to contact someone, you called around to your kids' friends to see if they were there. Yeah. Or the best one, you drove around and looked for their bike in the front yard.
Yes. You drive around the neighborhood or wherever looking for them.
Because I've had my ass whipped a couple times from my mom coming up and finding my bike somewhere because I wasn't home on time. So, yes.
Or you could do what some of the parents in my neighborhood just did. And like we'd all be hanging out at the little park at the end of the street and you just fucking hear them screaming from the house.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I remember that too.
Like a mile away. You're like, ah, fuck.
Jonathan Randall! Oh, shit. I got to go.
Wait, Randall?
You didn't know that?
No.
You didn't know my middle name was Randall? Really? That's my father's name.
I knew it was R, but I never knew it was Randall.
That's my father's name. And it's also my...
Jonathan Randall.
It's Logan, my son Logan, who's been on the show numerous times. That's his middle name as well.
All right.
Yeah. Sounds bougie, doesn't it? Jonathan Randall. Yes. No,
it doesn't.
It doesn't. It sounds hillbilly. Jonathan Randall. Woo!
J.R. Sayer.
Look at me.
Traveling Randall.
By the way, get your Traveling Johnny shirts over at the midnighttrainpodcast.com. So now her personality and whatnot here. Friends and family remember Amy as a very bright, curious, and kind little girl. She was thoughtful, outgoing, and, she was outgoing once she got comfortable around you. She was a little bit, kind of closed off at first, but then she'd open up and had a very warm sense of humor, okay? Amy was in 5th grade at Bay Village High School, and she was regarded as a good student and capable in class. Teachers and parents described her as intelligent and engaged. Now, she was very close with her friend Christy Sabo, and they had sleepovers all the time. They were tight. They were buds, BFFs, if you will, and shared interests like watching movies together. And Amy had a big love for horses and actually took riding lessons at a local ranch where she rode her favorite horse, whose name was Razzle. And she also enjoyed she enjoyed riding her bicycle around town, as we all did, even when others
100%.
teased her about her older bike. Yeah, so Now, check this shit out. So kids are mean, right? They're mean.
That sounds like Bay Village for you.
Right. But this kid, she has like, maybe an older bike. It might be a little beat up or whatever it is, or maybe a hand-me-down, something like that. But she's taking horse riding lessons.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Have you taken horse riding lessons?
No, who do we know? Is it Brad? Doesn't Brad's daughter take horse? Doesn't she ride horses?
Oh yeah, she's like up
she's
there.
Like really good, right?
Oh yeah, she's doing like the competitions and stuff like that.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I've ridden a horse like 3 times in my life.
I've ridden them twice. That's it. And we had horse farms, and I was always just like, man, I'm okay.
I've ridden a horse like 3 times, and then one tried to eat my hair once when I was a kid.
Yeah, I had one kick me, so I was yeah. So totally off topic here. My uncle had a horse farm down in southern Ohio, and he raised horses, obviously. So he ended up having this colt.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I did say obviously. But he had this colt born, and his name was Leroy. And I may have told the story before.
Yo, Leroy!
Or Leroy. And Leroy they're Appaloosas. That's the ones, if you guys ever see them, they're the ones that, like, they're all brown or different colors or whatever, but they have the white butt with the black spots. Okay, so that's an Appaloosa, right? Now, Leroy was an asshole. I mean, an asshole. He would slam my uncle up against a freaking barn. I would go to put his feed bag on, and he would just blow all the oats out of it. Like, he was just a dick.
So he's like me if I was a horse.
Correct. Well, my uncle told me that like that's my horse, quote. So when you come down here, this will be your horse, And
you're like, oh, okay, thanks,
right.
Appreciate it.
And he was so. My uncle used to take a whip out, and he wouldn't whip him with it, but he'd crack it. And that dude, all you hear is boom, 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 and he was gone. Well, it turns out that something happened that he had to get rid of him. And you know how they say they turn horses into glue or dog food? Well, Leroy, yeah, sorry, Leroy, but he was a dick. Whatever.
So
anyway,
my dogs growing up could have eaten Leroy.
It's very possible. Yeah. So now back to Amy here.
Or he was a Taco Bell taco or something.
Oh. I still like Taco Bell. I don't care. So Amy was very close to her family. Her older brother, Jason, shared routines like riding to and from school together. And Amy especially wanted to make her parents proud. She was really like always into that. Like she just didn't want to disappoint her parents. She's all around seemed like just a good kid.
I guess nobody really wants to disappoint their parents, right?
Yeah, well, I didn't want to.
I was going to say I didn't want to. I'm sure I have numerous times. I mean?
It wasn't
most of my life.
It wasn't intentional. Oh, that's hilarious. So now Amy and her brother Jason had routines typical of many children at the time, walking or biking to school, calling their mom after school to check in, and playing in their neighborhood. And the community around Amy was tight-knit, and families usually felt comfortable leaving kids unsupervised for short periods, a reflection of how safe Bay Village was, at least thought to be back in the 80s, right? So now those who remember Amy, they remember her not just for her, the tragedy that took place and her disappearance and whatnot, but for who she was in life. A loving daughter and sister, a bright student, horse lover, and joyful child with a world of potential ahead of her. Family and friends have often said that of Amy's life, her dreams, her friendships, and her everyday moments are the most important part of her story to remember. Again, she was a good kid. And it's not often that you... Go ahead.
I was going to say, do you ever think, like, when you die, like, what people are going to say about you when you die? You know what I mean?
All the time. All the time. Oh, yeah.
Like, just like, if I died, like, today, right? If I died, like, tomorrow, like, what are people going to say? We're like, well, he had it coming. He was kind of an asshole, Or was it like, what are they going to say?
No, dude.
I don't know.
Absolutely
I always wonder. You always wonder that, right?
Like, I think I definitely have more haters than you do, so I think you'll be good. Because everyone that I ever talk to about you, they're always like, "Oh, Moody's freaking awesome, dude. He's cool. He's an asshole. You're good, dude. Don't worry about it."
That's because they don't know me like y'all do.
This is true. I know better. That's all I'm saying. So now
I can put on a good show for the people. That's what it is.
No, I'm pretty sure all of our listeners know that we're assholes. So
I would assume so.
Yes.
They've listened to us for, well, some of them have, but
Yeah,
for a long time.
a very long
If you
time.
don't know by now, then, you know.
Yeah. So now, Amy's family described her as a can-do kid, not afraid to try new things. One memorable example was that even at about age 5, she confidently jumped off the high dive at the local pool, something many adults even hesitate to do. And Amy was in gifted classes at school and was capable of being quite outgoing around people she knew well. A video released by her family after her disappearance showed her smiling and presenting a book report in front of her class, illustrating her confidence and presence before her abduction. So, again, it always just seems like, and I hate to say this, but it always just seems like the brightest lights get extinguished way too quickly. You know what I mean? And that's this case here.
Yeah.
That's what it sounds like.
Sure. She sounds like, for all intents and purposes, sounds like a great kid.
A solid kid. So Amy's closest friend, Christy, shared lots of memories of their time together. The two had countless sleepovers, and Christy remembers how they would often cuddle up in the same chair together watching movies like Dirty Dancing or 16 Candles under a blanket. I'd love that little fact that they watched those movies. Christy laughed that if she got tired during a movie, Amy would still rock herself to sleep, asking, "Do you mind if I rock?" as if it were the most natural thing to do. So she would literally sit there and rock herself to sleep, and she would fall asleep that way.
That's kind of odd, though.
I mean, I think it's endearing. I think it's very cute.
Like, no, it is, but it's also...
Are her parents doing that at 12 years old at home?
No, not that. But that's like that's like very autistic. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
Yeah. No. I get what you're saying. I mean, maybe she very well... Listen, back in the 80s, that wasn't even a thing.
Dude, I told you, and they had weird names for shit. They didn't care back then.
Yeah, like...
I told you I got diagnosed with ADD when I was a kid. This was like in the 80s.
So was I.
Late 80s.
Same here.
And they fucking... I have the paper. It doesn't say ADD. It says I have minimal brain dysfunction. Yeah, that's what I had. I had minimal brain dysfunction. So like my brain's fucked up, but just a touch.
Can we get a shirt that says that? But like with a picture
Dude,
of the paper?
I'll take a picture of it. I'll find it. I'll take a picture of it. Absolutely.
Yes. That's a new shirt.
Dude.
It's just going to be your face, and it's just going to say minimal brain dysfunction. Oh, yeah, God. I'm crying right now. Oh, my God.
I'll find it. I'll find it and take a picture of it. I got it somewhere in the house.
That's so good. So now one summer, Amy and Christy even created a babysitters club. They printed flyers advertising their babysitting services and enthusiastically distributed them around Bay Village with their home phone numbers on the front. It was a sweet example of how they took childhood fun seriously, imagining real-world responsibility and independence. And again, she's not even a teenager at this point, you know? Like she's, I don't know, pretty awesome. Now, with her horseback riding, Amy loved horses and took weekly lessons at a local ranch, Holly Hill Farms, for about 2 years before 1989, riding her favorite horse, again, Razzle, through the obstacle courses. That was one of her favorite things to do. And she'd often wear her riding outfit, a black blazer, cap, and boots with pride. And I'm pretty sure that's the riding outfit, right? With the little rounded cap, you know?
And the weird pants that flare out.
Yeah, looking all posh. Just look at... I see Brad's daughter. He posts pictures of her all the time in that, and I'm just like, she looks so posh.
And those weird helmets that are shaped kind of like cone headish.
Yeah. So like many kids in Bay Village at the time, Amy rode her bicycle everywhere. A friend recalled that other children sometimes teased her again about her old bike, but she loved it anyway and didn't mind the jokes. She was just happy to be out riding around. She just really liked it. She was a kid, you know. Amy was very close with her older brother, Jason. In fact, Jason nearly went to the shopping center the day she disappeared, but didn't go at the last minute. Despite that heartbreaking twist, he and Amy shared a close sibling bond in the time they had together. And that's the kind of thing I was leading to earlier when I mentioned his name. They normally didn't go to like the store and stuff without each other. So he was always like big brother going with her. And the day she disappeared, he decided not to go.
That sucks, dude.
That's rough.
Because that's one of those like, what if?
Right, exactly.
Well, the rest of your life.
I don't even think there's a what if with that. I don't think she would have been abducted if he was there. You know?
Right, but that's what I'm saying. Like, if or what if, like, and that's something you got to live with the rest of your life. Dude. That's not something that you ever stop thinking about.
Just guilt. Ugh. So neighbors still remember her warmth and the way she connected with people in Bay Village, a close-knit and once quiet community where families trusted their neighbors and kids were free to explore their neighborhood. So now, leading up to her abduction, October 27th of 1989, Amy received numerous mysterious phone calls at home from a man claiming to be someone connected to her mother's workplace, saying he wanted to take her to buy her a gift for her mom's recent promotion, and this ruse was used to gain her trust. So now, on October 27th of 1989, 10-year-old Amy Mihaljevic walked from Bay Middle School, so the school she was at, to Bay Square Shopping Center in Bay Village, Ohio. Witnesses say Amy was with an unknown white male estimated in his 30s. He was last seen walking through the parking lot with him, and no vehicle was definitively seen. The man had arranged to meet her under the pretext of buying a gift for her mom again, a deception that unfortunately worked and led her away. When Amy didn't return home and her bike was still at school, her mother reported her missing that evening. Now, Bay Village Police and the FBI launched one of the largest missing child investigations in Ohio history. Witnesses were interviewed, sketches of the suspected abductor were circulated, hundreds of leads followed. I mean, this was huge when this popped around here.
I remember it. Like,
yeah.
You couldn't, like, it was every time the news came on, it was about that. Everybody was talking about it. Like,
yeah, it was morning news,
parents
afternoon.
were freaking the fuck out. They didn't want their kids to go out anymore.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. It made everyone on edge. Everybody was on edge because of this.
Yeah.
And thousands of interviews were conducted with potential witnesses and persons of interest over the years. And then on February 8th, 1990, unfortunately, Amy's body was found. A jogger found Amy's body in a field off County Road 1181 in Ruggles Township, which is in Ashland County, roughly 50 miles from Bay Village, roughly 100 days after her disappearance. Now, I'm not familiar with Ruggles Township. I know where Ashland is.
I would say if it's Ashland, that's like south, like before you hit Columbus, like Ashland area.
Yeah, that's got to be over there somewhere.
But that's also like Uber country out that way too.
Right. So now this is kind of rough, folks. So if you want to skip ahead, you can. But unfortunately, she had been stabbed in the neck and suffered blunt force trauma. Those injuries suggested she likely died close in time to her abduction. Her boots, denim backpack with a binder inside, and turquoise horse-shaped earrings were never recovered and may have been taken by the perpetrator. Hairs from someone other than Amy or her family were found on her clothing, and unique items like a homemade curtain and blanket near the dump site have been treated as potential keys to the case. Okay, so let's just kind of dissect that real fast. When they found her, they're saying that that this happened, her murder basically happened right after she was abducted.
Right.
So
it wasn't like something that was several days later.
Right.
Like
so for 100 days, she was unfortunately out there, and then was found upon. And then they found all this, the clothing and whatnot that was missing. And then they found the homemade curtain, which is a really weird fact, by the way.
Yeah.
Not just a regular curtain, like someone made their own curtain and blanket near the dump site. But they were also very concerned that it may not have been associated with her death or with her.
Could have just been something.
It could have just been there.
To be in the area, yeah.
Right? So I mean, and
you never know. You might as well take that, treat it as hey, we have this here in case it could somehow lead us to
Now let's kind of also put this in context too, that this is the late 80s, early 90s. DNA really isn't, if anything, it's in its infancy. This is something that like nobody, only people scientists even know that this is the DNA is a thing. So when they're grabbing this stuff and they're picking it up, they're not thinking that they're going to get it for future DNA use because they didn't know that DNA was a thing yet.
Right. It wasn't. Yeah.
Right. So now
it was starting to at that point, but
right.
It still wasn't something that everyone's like, "Ooh, find some hairs and we'll see who it is."
Yeah, I think the OJ case is what really broke DNA out, right? Like that's what really made it. Like, I know there was cases before that, but that was the most public case.
That might have been more when it started to kind of be mainstream.
Yeah,
but yeah, like they were. It was one of those they started doing it, and then it was just not something that was very common at that point.
Yeah. I still think his son did it. Anyway.
It was because at that point too, it was one, it was cost prohibitive. Two, the technology just wasn't where it is now.
Oh yeah, there was times they were trying to use it in court And the defense would be like, this is all science fiction. This isn't real.
Right. This is not, like you can't, this doesn't prove anything. They can do whatever they want.
They can say aliens exist. What's this Dunna? You know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what? And now it's like the most, like, you are fucked if you get DNA somewhere now. You know, like, you're just fucked.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah, absolutely.
So multiple eyewitnesses described a white male in his 30s leading Amy away. And law enforcement developed composite sketches based on those accounts. And if you guys want, I could throw up some of those sketches that they had back in the day. So now,
I would prefer you not to throw up.
Okay. So recently, investigators have discovered male DNA on Amy's clothing that could eventually yield a profile with advancing technology, though initial samples, like hairs, were too degraded for full profiling. So now, the curtain and blanket that we talked about, these items were found near her body, and they carry Amy's hair and could connect to a suspect if their origin or owner can be identified. Again, who makes their own curtains?
Hippies. Dirty hippies.
Dirty, filthy hippies. Just kidding. We love you guys. Not really. Anyway.
We love hippies.
I do enjoy hanging out with them.
As long as they don't smell like patchouli, because that's fucking gross.
Bro, okay, so I got this. I got this kit. It's from Italy of samples of colognes, because I'm trying to find like some new colognes.
Let me guess, because you went to Italy. Ooh, traveling John. I went to Italy and got some colognes. Sorry, I'm done.
You good? I didn't get them when I was in Italy. I ordered them, and I tried them or whatever, and they've got all these little vials in there. And I'm not even joking. The patchouli one came up, and in this like kit, there's like 12 in there. And the patchouli one came up, I just threw it away. I'm not even gonna try it.
Done.
Yeah. I just don't think it smells good. That's my personal preference. I think it's
I don't like it at
and
all.
I do associate it with people that I've known in the past who were just dirty hippies.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Right.
And
that's what I mean. They use that to cover up the fucking funk in the weed.
Now, on the other side, I have also known many hippies that weren't dirty, that didn't smell like patchouli. You know what I mean? Like, but the ones that did, they were dirty. Yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah. All right. So now, persons of interest, suspects. Like, do we have anybody in this case? Well, I kind of talked about it earlier when we first started, but no one has ever been charged, and the case remains open and unsolved. But several leads and people have drawn investigative focus. So, in the early 2000s and resurfacing in later years, a man in his 60s at the time of the reporting was implicated by an ex-girlfriend who said that they lived close to the abduction site in 1989. He worked locally and had a niece in Amy's grade. He was uncharacteristically absent the night of Amy's disappearance and called his ex later asking about the news. Weird. He failed a polygraph, gave DNA willingly, and had items seized from storage that were of interest to investigators. Okay. Polygraph? Bullshit. That's completely inadmissible, but it does give the police like a little string to pull on. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, well, you failed the polygraph, bro.
You failed it. Yep. I mean, and especially back then, because people weren't like, you're like, oh shit, a lie detector test. Yeah. Oh no,
you're obviously guilty. You know, you might as well just come clean. You know,
we have the proof right here that you lied about it.
Right. Well, what was it on Crime and Sports? They were talking about, I believe so, where like back in the day, it might have been on Small Town Murder, where they were talking about the guy had the copy machine, and he
every time they'd lie, they thought he was lying. He'd hit the button.
He hit the button and print out more.
It would print out like it said lie or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, dummies. But yeah, so there's that polygraph, whatever. But he also gave his DNA willingly. But did he even know what DNA was?
I was going to say at that point, like we said, it still wasn't a big thing.
Correct. So now him being, absent the night of her disappearance and then calling later, but it was all over the news. So he very well, because of his niece being in that grade, may have just been intrigued by it. Like, oh my God, this really happened,
Yeah, but like if you're, if like, say you were with somebody, right? And they like, were like, yeah, I'm just going to run to the store. I'll be back. And then like 6 hours later, right? You hear all this shit about some girl that she's missing. Everyone's looking for her. And then like this person that you're with or whatever gives you a call. They're just like, oh hey, do you hear anything on the news? Anything crazy going on? Or like you're gonna be like, wait a minute,
have you
like
watched
you're missing?
the news?
You've been gone. You went to the store 6 hours ago, and then you just called me to ask. Like, come on.
Yeah, that's weird. That is definitely weird. So in May 2020, the two eyewitnesses who saw the abductor were shown lineups again. Both identified the same person of interest, now decades old, including matching the vehicle carpeting to fibers found on Amy's body. Seems like they have a lead. Investigators found that several other young girls in nearby communities received weird phone calls that Amy was getting, similar to those calls before Amy's abduction, indicating a possible pattern or a predator who was trying to do this.
Did they trace those phone calls?
No, because the calls were made prior.
They were coming from inside the house?
Oh, Jesus. Yes, they were coming from inside the house.
But they can't go back and trace where the calls came from?
No,
like the numbers?
back
like they
then,
can get call logs, can't they?
I mean, possibly, but I honestly don't know. I don't have that information in front of me. So
I feel like they could have gone to the phone company and been like, we need the call logs to this house.
40 years or
See
30
what the
years,
numbers were.
30 years prior? Do they even have those logs still?
I would assume so. I don't know. I don't see why not.
I don't know. I don't know.
That's shoddy police work.
Yeah. So investigators found that several other young girls, again, received these phone calls, right? So now there have been no arrests ever in this case, and it remains one of the most enduring unsolved murders in Ohio. Authorities continue to pursue DNA leads and hope that advancing technology and public tips will eventually identify the killer. Now, a reward of up to $25,000 is still offered for information leading to an arrest and conviction, okay? So now, the most prominent suspect as of 2021, okay, investigators publicly acknowledged a specific person of interest in the case, a man who has never been charged but has remained under intense scrutiny. And let's see, a former girlfriend contacted police years after the murder saying the man had unusual behavior around the time Amy disappeared. Specifically that he was, again, absent. This is the same guy we're talking about. Was absent from the home the night she went missing, even though they lived nearby. The man reported, he had a niece in the same grade, and when he was questioned about by the police, he made several suspicious statements that raised concerns among the investigators. Once again, he failed the polygraph test, which whatever.
Yeah.
And he did provide his DNA voluntarily, meaning that we do have his DNA.
Right. So if they were ever able to find a good sample of DNA from her case, could be matched.
The suspect, the suspect owned a car of the same make and model as witnesses reported seeing near Amy on the day she disappeared. Yeah. Fibers matching this vehicle interior were reportedly consistent with fibers found on Amy's body. Everyone right now out there is probably going, why the fuck are they arresting this guy? Because if you try someone with circumstantial evidence and they get away with it, you can't try them again.
True.
That's it. So
that's why you try them for one thing, and if you don't get that one, you go back.
Stack the charges
later.
Yeah, stack those charges for sure.
Like, just try to at that point they could have gone after him for the kidnapping, but not the murder.
Correct.
And if the kidnapping, like if they didn't have enough or they felt like there wasn't enough evidence for the kidnapping, then they could always regroup, do whatever, and then charge him with murder later. Even vice versa, if you charge him with the murder and they don't find him guilty on the murder, you might have enough circumstantial evidence or whatever to at least get him for the kidnapping at some point. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yeah. 100%. Well, let's talk about why this person's never been charged. Okay.
Yes, let's.
So no formal charges have ever been filed against the guy or anyone else, despite years of investigation and scrutiny. Law enforcement has not publicly released enough evidence to satisfy the legal standards for charging in court. The FBI and Bay Village authorities will only act when they believe they can prove guilt beyond a reasonable doubt, which they say has not yet happened. Most of what is publicly known comes from press reports and official statements about investigative focus, not indictments or courtroom filings. Okay? So that's literally what it comes down to. They don't have enough tangible, definitive evidence.
If what they are reporting is true, though, like that's pretty goddamn close to being enough, like you would think, right?
And there have been so many cases that have been won on circumstantial evidence,
On
far less
circumstantial,
than
like
this.
murders without bodies,
Far
like
less
sit-
than
like-
this. I almost started
Yeah,
singing
it's
that.
crazy.
Damn it!
What?
I almost started singing that damn song.
What?
From fucking never mind. I'll tell you after. So while the unnamed person above is the most detailed official person of interest, a few other leads have come up historically and in public discourse.
So have they not officially released the guy's name? They never released his name?
They've never. Now there's speculation. If you guys want to go, and there is an actual like a documentary that you can watch that talks about a guy, and I don't know if I even want to say his name because this is like a public thing or whatever. So I don't want to. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No,
I'm
that's
not.
fine.
Unless I just say allegedly. Let's just say there was allegedly a dude that they believe is the guy that moved to Florida, and they've been
Okay, so I did read that. I did read about
Yeah.
that guy.
and that's the guy they're talking about. They're talking about he seems like the dude
Right.
that did it. He moved away.
Right.
Everybody thinks he did it.
Yep.
But I'm not saying his name just because I don't need that kind of shit. You know what I mean?
Heard that, dude.
just saying.
That, dude.
So now, investigators know that the abductor called Amy weeks before the kidnapping, using a ruse about, again, buying a gift for her mother's promotion. Similar calls were reported. What?
I can't, like, every time you say the word ruse, I just think of fucking Clerks. With the lady comes in and she, like, tricks him, like, because he's not paying attention or whatever. And she's like, I don't appreciate your whatever. And he's like, I don't appreciate your ruse, ma'am.
Oh, yeah.
She's like, ruse? Yes, ruse. Your cunning attempt to trick me. Like, whatever.
They're coming out with a new
Every
one,
time I
right?
hear that word.
Aren't they doing a new Clerks? Aren't they doing another Clerks? Or is
I think they might he might be doing a fourth.
Okay, yeah, and I heard they're actually talking about doing a Dogma 2.
And a new Mallrats as well.
Oh, boy.
Dogma's, so he finally got the rights to Dogma back,
Yeah.
which you haven't been able to get it on DVD or anything or like streaming for years because he never had the rights and they were like all tied up or whatever. He was all pissed off. He finally got the rights back. And I don't know if they did it already or they're going to re-release it in the theaters coming up too.
Oh.
For Dogma.
That'd be awesome. That's a great movie. It's so good.
Yeah, I love it.
So now, there have also been other suspects, right? Now, the person who made the phone calls, they still don't know who did that. It's never been identified who made it because that person also called other kids in the area. Okay?
I wonder if it was like two different people collaborating.
And
like
maybe
if this was
it's very
two-man
possible.
job, or-
I mean, we don't know. We don't know. There's hardly any information for us to even know anything.
I also wonder if they could have like talked to the other girls that got phone calls and then like played them like maybe this dude's voice while he was talking and be like, you know what I mean? Like if they could match the voices up to the phone call.
I'm sure they. I would hope they tried that, but who knows? You know.
Yeah.
Who knows? So now, other suspects here. Over the decades, various individuals have been looked at and cleared or discounted for lack of evidence, including a convicted sex offender living locally at the time who was investigated but never linked definitively to Amy's murder. A family friend, remember what we talked about earlier, who was interviewed and cleared due to insufficient evidence. Okay. And other unidentified men seen in the area in 1989 who at times drew suspicion but whose identities and involvement could not be established. Many of these
That would,
now...
like
Go ahead.
suck if like say you were just like happen to be in the area at the same time, right?
And you
Like, look
looked
at me
like the guy?
Like look at me, well, or just like me. Look at me, for instance, right? You're like, yeah, that dude was wandering around. He looks shady as fuck. Let's go, right?
For
And like,
sure.
just like hanging. You're just hanging out. They're just like, yeah, we need to talk to you because we think you might have kidnapped and murdered somebody.
Yeah, for sure. And especially back then too, like, you know, anybody who's, I mean, this again, I cannot even express how big of a deal this was around here. Like this was literally one of the, this is like the JonBenet Ramsey, but of Northeast Ohio.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, like it was insane how big of a deal this was. So many of these now circulate in public forums and podcasts, but none have ever been confirmed, these suspects, right? So, of course, everyone's allegations all over the place, but none of them have ever been confirmed by police as suspects with legal basis to it. So now, Even with decades passing, the investigation has continued. In recent years, DNA technology improvements have enabled police to find male DNA on Amy's clothing that appears promising for identification, though it has not yet produced a definitive match. Okay. A homemade curtain and blanket that we talked about near her body, believed to have been used to wrap or conceal her, still remain key pieces of evidence, and authorities hope identifying their origin could tie to a suspect. Now, these discoveries are part of what keeps the case active in law enforcement databases. But now, all the way up to fall of 2025 to 2026, that right now, like recently, hair evidence has been sent to a specialist lab. Investigators discovered hairs on Amy's clothing that are not from her or her family, raising the possibility they came from her killer. These hairs have been sent to a specialized DNA lab in California. It's actually called Astria Forensics, if anyone wants to know, to see if a usable DNA profile can be extracted. If successful, this could be matched through the database or the genealogy thing they do, the genetic thing or whatever, the big ones out there, which is catching everybody nowadays.
I was gonna say that too. When we were talking about it before, it's like they went from like calling this shit like hoodoo and whatever, and now it's like they can get your fucking DNA and connect anybody in your family to, they can, you know what I mean? Like,
oh, we're gonna do an episode on that, because the Golden State Killer, when they found his DNA through the database and they found out who he was, they solved like 5 more crimes just doing that.
Yeah.
Like
because of that DNA.
Yeah, because of that DNA, and not from him. I'm talking other criminals. They found other people through that. Yeah, they actually found a woman. This is wild. They found through DNA, through that case, they found back years ago, back in the late 70s, early 80s, whatever it is, they found a baby, right? Baby tossed to the side.
Hey, baby.
hey, baby. They found a baby tossed outside. Dead. It died, right? The baby died.
Oh, dude. I don't feel like a dick. Dude, come on, man. You can't set me up like that.
You gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for it.
You can't set me up like that.
But when the Angelo case broke, and like I don't know, a couple months after that whole thing, they found the mother and charged her with first-degree murder.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like 30 years later.
30 years later. I just think about being one of her.
That's crazy.
Other kids.
Right, dude? You're like, wait, what did you do? What the fuck?
And you're like 25 or something, and all of a sudden your mom's getting arrested because she murdered your older sibling. That is...
So my only thing with that is like 30 years later, like, how do you prove that it was her that did it? I mean, obviously she knew that the kid wasn't around anymore.
Right. Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. She never said that the kid was missing. Well, that's what I mean. So they can charge her for that kind of shit. They can charge her with all that stuff. So I think she got charged with first degree, second degree, and first degree manslaughter. So they again, stacking the charges, they stacked them on her ass.
You know what? Good. Fuck her, dude.
Yeah, fuck that bitch. Yeah, for sure. So again, they sent these things over there. Now, officials say there's no timetable for this. Okay, so right now we're all just kind of waiting, and
just waiting on it.
Yeah, and it could take months for this to even come up. And I will definitely let everyone know if anything pops up. So in DNA testing done earlier, labs detected male DNA on Amy's sweatpants, but the sample was too small to generate a profile at the time. Okay, now January this year, Bay Village police reported a setback. The hairs identified for testing were too degraded or too small for current technology to produce a full genetic profile. The lab concluded that the sample wasn't sufficient for creating a usable DNA match at this stage. Investigators remain hopeful that future technological advances might still allow them to analyze these hairs. So, police continue to compare new DNA evidence with previous samples collected from people connected to the case. Authorities have swabbed around 250 individuals over the years to compare to any emerging profiles. 250. Now, detectives have said that they brought at least one person in for questioning in the past year, but according to officials, no one has emerged as a strong suspect yet. So now law enforcement,
because they know who did it and he's living in Florida.
Yeah, there's probably so much about that they But I mean, if you got a hold of Florida and you had definitive DNA evidence, they would extradite him to Ohio. I mean,
oh yeah,
yeah, like
this absolutely,
yeah, like
absolutely.
you're gone, dude. That's it.
How old is that guy now? Do you know how old he would be right now?
I think he's in his 60s now.
Okay,
Yeah, because
so he was fairly young when this whole thing went down.
They said early to mid 30s when it first happened, and he's like in his 60s now. So.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So law enforcement has publicly stated that advancements in DNA technology are now central to solving the case after decades of traditional investigation yielded no charges. So re-examinations of items such as the clothing Amy wore and objects found with her body, like that blanket and that handmade curtain, continue to be a priority for testing with newer methods. Authorities still receive hundreds of tips each year and follow up on each lead. The case remains in the active investigative phase with both local police and the FBI involved, and a now $50,000 reward is offered for information leading to an arrest. If you have any information about Amy Mihaljevic's case, call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI. That is 1-800-225-5324.
Is that really the number? 1-800-CALL-FBI.
It's 1-800-CALL-FBI.
Which top 10 movies will make the cut today?
Ta-da.
Oh, it's a heavy one. It's a heavy one, especially, I mean, for me, man, I have such an emotional, like, you know, like as a kid attachment to this case.
Yeah.
And it just,
No, I hear you.
and I love that it's not just gone. I love they're still trying to work on it.
Yeah, because a lot of these cases, man, like something like this is just kind of like, well, we tried. Like, something happens to come up, maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know.
Well, in the movies today, well, we're going to be talking about the top movies and or TV shows about missing children. You know,
Oh, good.
might as well.
Good comedies, huh?
If we're keeping it heavy, let's keep it heavy. But well,
Can we stop for 1 second?
Sure.
1-800-CALL-FBI.
That's what it is. It's an easy number.
Dude, like, I know, but that sounds fake.
It's
It
1-800
just sounds like they
FBI.
made it up. Like it actually takes you to like a random thing, and they're just like, "Yeah, we just don't want to talk to you."
Oh, you know what? I'm just kidding. It's not.
Can't believe you fell for that. Did you really think we'd make it? Call FBI?
No, it is. It's for real. 1-800-CALL-FBI.
I'm not saying it's not. I'm just saying it's ridiculous.
Oh, it is it's a very generic. But I guess
It's on the nose,
it's easy
though, right?
though. Yeah, it's on the nose. Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, it is.
All right, so we're going to do the top 25, and we'll make this quick here. So you said, oh, it's a comedy. Well, it's funny, because number 25 on our list is Home Alone 2, Lost in New York.
Jesus Christ. Come on, man.
6.9 stars out of 452,000 votes on that one. And if you guys
That's a
don't
few
know,
votes.
this is Kevin again, and he's separated from his family again when he accidentally boards a flight to New York City during a Christmas trip again to Miami. And by the way, what's her name just passed away?
I know.
the
Catherine
mom.
O'Hara.
Catherine O'Hara. Yeah. Rest in peace,
So
Catherine.
bummed.
Amazing actress. I loved her in
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice, dude.
Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
She
was great.
a phenomenal actress. And so, yeah, it sucks. But yeah, anyway. Number 24 is Fractured. Don't know this one. 6.5 out of 111,000 views. A couple stops at a gas station where their 6-year-old daughter's arm is fractured. They hurry to a hospital. Something strange is going on there. The wife and daughter go missing.
Bum, bum, bum.
Number 23, The Lost Boys. What's up?
Oh, okay.
Love that movie.
Okay.
A 7.2 out of 176,000 votes, which seems low to me. When a recently divorced mother and her 2 teenage boys move to a coastal town to stay with her father, it doesn't take long for the brothers to realize the area is a haven for something much more sinister than party-going surfers. It's vampires. It is. It's vampires. Number 22, Strange Harvest. Let's see. This is 6.3 stars. Detectives are thrust into a chilling hunt for Mr. Shiny, a sadistic serial killer from the past.
Is this a newer movie?
2024, yeah.
Okay, I think I've heard of this.
Let's see.
I've never seen it, but I think I've heard of this.
Let me see real quick, because normally we tell like everybody's. Oh boy. No, this I don't know anyone in this. Peter Zizzo, Terry Apple, and Andy Lauer.
Oh, Terry Apple. Yeah.
Yeah, Terry Apple. Oh, yeah. You don't know Terry Apple?
Dude, you don't know shit if you don't know
That's
Terry
right.
Apple.
Terry Apple, bro.
Is that a boy or a girl? That's the question.
It's with an I, so I'm going to assume that it's
Probably a girl.
a chick. I'm going to assume, but you know how that is nowadays.
T-E-R-I or
T-E-R-R-I. Yeah.
Oh, that's a girl, yeah.
From 2012, number 21, Moonrise Kingdom. Two 12-year-olds who live on an island fall in love with each other and elope into the wilderness. What the fuck? Well,
I've heard of that movie. I've never seen it.
While people set out on a search mission, a violent storm approaching them catches their attention. I've never heard of that one. Number 20, Sinister, from 2012. You guys probably all know what that one is, right?
How was that? I don't know.
Let's see. Revealing the murder cases, currently researching the work of an unknown serial killer whose legacy dates back to the 1960s. I honestly don't. I wasn't a fan of those movies. I really wasn't. I'm not into that. I'm not into The Conjuring. I'm not into any of those movies.
Well, I don't like the Conjuring movies because of the whole Warren thing. But whatever. That's not,
because they're full of shit.
That's a whole other. It's a whole other story.
It's
dude.
not. We've talked about it before.
Sinister's not bad.
They're
Sinister's
full
not
of
bad.
shit. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, dude, fuck the Warren.
Yeah, fuck them. Number 19, Dr. Sleep. I thought this was cool. It was a good movie.
Dude, that scene where they fucking get that kid outside after the baseball game is fucking brutal.
Yeah, it's basically the following follow-up to the Shining. And the book is way better than the movie. I thought the movie was okay, though.
Oh, yeah. The book's great.
Yeah, it wasn't horrible. It was good. Number 18, haven't seen this since I was a kid. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh, I love it.
It's a Spielberg. Well, why?
Fucking aliens. Of course I love it.
Because it's aliens.
It is.
Yeah, it's a great movie. You guys haven't seen it. An Indiana electric lineman finds his quiet and ordinary daily life turned upside down after a close encounter with a UFO, spurring him to an obsessed cross-country quest for answers as a momentous event approaches. This is where Richard Dreyfuss, right, makes the monument or whatever out of mashed potatoes.
This means something.
Yeah, this means something. Number 17, Gone Baby Gone. Man, it's actually kind of loosely based off of a real thing that took place.
I've never seen that one. I know of it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, this is the Ben Affleck one, right?
Right.
Casey Affleck. Sorry. No, it's Ben Affleck. Yeah. But Casey Affleck is in it. Okay, that's what
I was saying. I think
yeah.
they're both in it. Yeah.
Yeah. What the fuck one was I thinking of with Ben Affleck? Where his wife disappears and they blame him for it?
Oh,
Gone Girl.
Yeah, Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. Yeah. That's a fucked up movie. Number 16 on the list from 1982, E.T. the Extraterrestrial. If I have to tell you what that movie
is that on the list?
Is Missing Kids.
He fucking rode a bike with an alien on. He's not missing.
Oh no!
Give me a fucking break.
Wait, if that one if that one bothers you, number 15 on the list, Finding Nemo.
Wow, dude.
It's such a good movie, though. I don't give a shit. It's so good.
I mean, I guess technically, if you want to get whatever, but give me a dude. Really, that's.
Yeah, I have no idea. Number 14. I just watched this, by the way. Kidnapped, the Elizabeth Smart story.
I have not seen that.
It's a documentary about Elizabeth Smart. If you guys don't know about that, Elizabeth Smart recounts her kidnapping at age 14 from her Utah home through personal testimony and exclusive footage. Super fucked up. Culty dude basically
that was a crazy case.
Took her and made her his wife and shit, and it's fucked up.
Didn't they find her she was out in public and somebody recognized her or some shit a grocery store or something?
He took her out in one of the headdresses they wear or whatever, and someone saw her eyes or whatever and was like, "Wait a minute, she looks familiar."
Yeah.
Super fucked up. Number 13, The Lost Daughter from 2021. Excuse me.
Nope.
Oh my god. And my life just jumped out of my chest. A woman's beach vacation takes a dark turn when she begins to confront the troubles of her past. I've never heard of that one.
Doesn't sound like a child abduction movie to me.
It might be. Maybe she was abducted when she was a child.
Oh, possibly.
Yep. Number 12 from 2019. This is a TV series called His Dark Materials.
Nope.
Okay. Moving on.
Yes. It sounds familiar, but I don't think I've ever seen it. I definitely have never seen it.
From 1995, Jumanji.
Okay. Again, great movie.
He was missing.
Yeah, but this is about kids.
He was a kid when he went missing in the game.
I feel like they're stretching it now. Like, come on, dude. Love the
I mean,
movie.
he
I'm not
was.
talking
He
shit.
was.
And I'm not talking shit about the movie at all. 'Cause
Yeah.
the movie's great.
I wasn't a big fan of the remake, dude. Like, they got to stop doing that.
I enjoyed them because I'm a child, and they were
Yeah.
so dumb that I just.
They are
plus,
dumb.
Plus, I was probably
Like,
high,
have you
so-
seen? So I think Jack Black is so overrated, right? I just think he's the same
I
guy
love him.
in everything.
I don't care. I love him.
But you see
He
that?
is the same guy as who isn't though. Jason Statham's the same fucking guy and everything, but it's great.
What do you mean? You took
Dude,
my daughter.
like- I was reading a thing about his new movie. It was just like he plays a fucking former like special forces guy who got out and they're dragging him back in because dude, this is every movie he's ever
It
made.
is.
But
Well,
I'm still gonna watch it. 'cause
Not
it's gonna be
every
great.
Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. He was different in that one, or was it Snatched?
Fair. Okay.
Snatched.
Okay.
Both
so
of those. He was in both. Yeah.
movies that he made. Two movies that he made,
Which are
was- yeah,
fantastic movies. Anyway,
they are great.
moving on. Number 10, I've actually seen this. Took my daughter to see this. 2023, Five Nights at Freddy's.
I haven't seen it. My kids watched it. I haven't seen it.
I didn't know what the fuck was going on because she played all the video games, was like super into it, and then when it came out, she was pissed. She just looks at me and she goes,
yeah, dude. Like
she
that
goes,
movie got
Dad, this is
ridiculed.
not at all like the games. Like they miss so much, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know.
Well, that's why video game movies usually suck.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Number 9. Oh, there's one coming up that doesn't. Number 9, The Black Phone. It was okay.
They just made a second one of that too.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I haven't either.
It's what the hell's his name? Not
Is that Ethan Hawke?
Ethan Hawke. Yeah, where like the chick's abducted or whatever, and then there's only
Yeah.
the phone on the
He's
wall.
got that weird mask or whatever.
Yeah, it's good. I thought it was cool. I didn't think it was like terrifying or anything. But
I haven't seen it. I want to see it, but I haven't.
number 8 from 2017, Wind River.
I've heard of it, never seen it.
A wildlife officer helps a rookie FBI agent investigate the murder of a young woman on an American Indian reservation in Wyoming. Oh, wait a minute. I was supposed to watch this. Yeah. This is
I've heard it's pretty solid. but
Elizabeth
I've never
Olsen
seen
and
it.
Jeremy Renner are in this.
Yes, yes.
I might watch this tonight. Don't let me forget that. Wind River. Okay. I might watch that. Okay. I actually
I'll forget after you say the next movie.
Yeah, I have way too much shit to do. I can't watch a movie. Let's
Right.
see. Number 7 on the list, one of my all-time favorite movies, 2026, Silent Hill. That
We just watched that. We just watched that with
They-
the kids.
they did a great job from that being a video game. I tried playing the
Yeah, it's
new
a good
one,
movie.
Silent Hill 2 or whatever. It's boring as fuck.
The
I just-
movie?
No, the game.
Oh, because they have a second movie too.
Yeah. I've seen that. It's
And I think they're coming out with another one too. Actually,
they might. They're never gonna replicate that first one though.
the first one was so good. It was so good.
So
dude.
good. Number 6, It from 2017.
All right.
It was okay. It was just whatever. Number 5 from 2013, Prisoners. Great movie. That's
Never seen
with damn it. It's gonna take oh my god, I'll just look it up. It's Jake Gyllenhaal and Hugh Jackman. Where Hugh Jackman, his kid disappears and they all think he did it. And Jake Gyllenhaal is like the detective that's like he's like
Right.
kind of weird. He's like a weird
Yeah.
detective. And I love Jake Gyllenhaal. I think he is a fucking fantastic actor. And same with Hugh Jackman. I love him. So this movie is, I highly, listen, I'm going to give this movie like honestly, like an 8.5, 9 out of 10. Everyone should watch this
Okay.
movie. It's
It's called Prisoners.
Prisoners. It's super
right.
good. Yeah,
I'll have to
it's,
check that out.
yeah, it's pretty awesome. Let's see. Number 4, Bring Her Back from 2025. Have not seen this. A brother and
Never
sister
heard of it.
uncover a terrifying ritual at the secluded home of their new foster mother. Okay.
Oh,
Number 3 is a TV series called Dark from 2017 to 2020. Never heard of that one. Number 2, this is a new movie, 2025. My daughter absolutely hates this and told me that it's a waste of time to watch. It's called Weapons.
oh, okay. I want to see that.
Okay, and when I mean hated it, she's like, she doesn't swear. She's just not around me. It's a respect thing. Okay. She's
Well, I was gonna say she doesn't seem like that kind of kid, anyways.
yeah. Oh, I've heard her with her friends. Okay, but
Yeah, well, I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
she's very respectful. But she just looks at me and goes, "Dad, that movie fucking sucked." And I was like, "Whoa!"
I
First
wish
of
my
all,
kids were respectful. My daughter's 12 and she fucking swears in front of me. I'm like, dude, really?
No.
Like, at least pretend like you care.
No,
Like, come
no,
on,
no,
man.
no. I don't.
Like,
put
not
it-
a lot. I'm not saying she's
Yeah.
like she doesn't swear like
I don't
do,
put up with that
obviously,
shit.
but-
Number one on the list, honestly, I'm a huge fan of this TV series. However, the finale left me not happy. It's Stranger Things.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
I thought the finale was pretty good, dude. I liked it.
Did not like it at all.
What didn't you like about it?
I just thought there was way too. It could have been bigger and better. Like that, you got this huge creature, and then they go in and they just kill it so easily. It's like it should have been. I don't know. It should have had more of a climactic ending to it. And I really, really, really loved how everyone after the fact was like, no, it's not over. And there's all these little things that everyone are pointing out from the end of the movie that it lent to you thinking that it was the Henry or whatever his name is was the mind flayer or not mind flayer.
Right.
What's the hell's his name?
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
The
Vecna.
Vecna, yeah. That Vecna was messing with everyone's mind, right? And so I'm thinking, oh shit, they might actually drop a real episode because this one was the one that's why it was so lame. No, it was just lame. It's just lame.
I thought it was good, dude.
Yeah,
I thought it was good.
Well, agreed.
I think people just. So here's my thing, and I was talking to my wife about it. Like, I feel like I would hate, like, obviously, if you could come up with a successful television show and everything like that, like, it's good, right? And you have your season, whatever. No matter what you fucking do, no matter how good the show is, nobody's gonna like the last episode ever.
Because, and I agree with you 100%. Because you have reached such, interstellar success. That you've made this huge thing, and then you're bringing it to an end.
Expectations are so high.
Can you imagine being in that writer's room where you're just like, "What the fuck do we do?"
See, that's why I thought they did it pretty good. Like, I like
Game
that they
of
left it kind of
Thrones?
ambiguous with her at the end.
Yeah, I just felt like it could have had more of a climactic ending to it. I didn't hate it. It left me like, like I was like, whatever, fine.
Yeah.
But like
I would hate to be that guy though. You know,
Game of Thrones,
Sopranos.
Sopranos. Those are huge shows that everyone's just like, oh, those endings were the fucking worst endings ever.
Do you even like Seinfeld?
Yeah,
like shows like that, like Seinfeld. Everyone hated the last episode, which I thought was amazing. I loved the way they ended Seinfeld.
Everyone loved the ending of Friends.
I don't even know what the hell I don't even know what the ending of Friends was.
Oh, that's heartbreaking.
Did they all die? Because that would have been great.
Stop it. It's one of my favorite shows. My daughter and I.
Are you serious?
We watch it every night. Every night we watch it.
God.
Yep. Every night we watch Friends. Yeah. It's just a corny, dumb show, and it's whatever. Shut up.
I guess I really shouldn't say shit about the stuff that I watch. So
Yeah. Don't
Dude,
judge me.
I mostly just watch cartoons and game shows.
So don't judge me. So listen, honestly,
I'm going to judge you.
Of course you are, and it's fine. I expect nothing less. I would really like to know what everybody's thought is on this case. If you've never heard of it before, especially if you're not from this area and from Ohio, have you ever heard of this case before? After hearing it, and what do you think?
I wonder how many people out there are familiar with it that listen to us that aren't from this area.
That's what I'm saying. Like, especially if you're from out of this country, and we have lots of listeners from, other countries and stuff that
like 7. It's crazy.
would you fucking stop? I could only imagine that there's no way they could have heard about this case, right? Like, this is such a localized case.
I would think that some people might, just because of like there's a lot of things, like we talk about a lot of the same shit that a lot of other podcasts may have covered. Like, there are other podcasts that have covered this, so it's along those like true crime vein, like things like that. So I'm sure there are some people that have heard of this just because of like how me and you do it. We just like find random shit, and you follow one thing to another subject, and here you are at this.
We literally are. We're you guys is what we are. We are intrigued by things we don't know about. We want to know more. We're like information sponges, and we just like, oh shit, you heard about this? And it's like, let's go down that rabbit hole. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, they had camels in the fucking, you know what I mean? Over here in the armed forces.
I I have a notepad at my job because obviously I've said it before. I don't do anything at my job. I don't,
Man, that must
whatever.
be fucking nice.
But it's good. I mean, it's not bad. But I have this notepad that I keep next to my computer. That like if I'm reading an article or I'm reading something, I'm like, oh, that's cool. I'll look at whatever, and it just like goes from like one thing to another. And I like if you looked at the paper, it'd just be like, what the fuck is happening?
Absolutely. I'm pretty sure at this point in time, because I use ChatGPT to help me with my initial like ideas for stuff, where I'm like,
right.
I'll just put it in there and be like, hey, tell me about this. And then all of a sudden I'm like, oh shit. And then I start just dissecting it and going through everything. And then all of a sudden I'm there for
all the other random stuff.
Yeah, hours and hours and hours and hours and hours. I have to be on a watch list somewhere at this point.
Oh, me too. 100%, dude. 100%.
But my chat GPT alone would put me in prison. You know what I mean? Like, like I've asked so much fucking it. And the great thing about it too is that it starts to kind of like identify what you ask for and kind of like what you do and who you are. And so I'll go in there and I'll be like, hey, I'm looking to do this. And it'll be like, hey, that's actually right up your alley. It's dark and disturbing. And I'm just like, what the fuck? So yeah, ChatGPT, whatever. It helps me.
Yeah.
So anyway, I think this is a case that it's close to us, as far as you and I personally, and it's still unsolved. We don't know really who did it. We have an idea, but I don't know if we're ever going to know. I really don't. I hope we do at some point in time with technology now advancing the way it is. I think that eventually we'll probably find out, but I don't think the guy's going to be around
right
when it happens.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
But at least there'll be some sort of closure there. And just unfortunately, this guy's not going to get the justice he deserves because he's a piece of shit.
Oh, he'll get it. He'll fucking get it. I guarantee it.
Oh, do you guarantee it?
No, I don't.
Okay. All right. Well, listen, let us know what you guys think of this episode and this.
Dump in a box and slap guaranteed on it. But.
You mean I could put my head up a butcher's ass? Make sure to stop over to our official website, themidnighttrainpodcast.com. At our website, you can buy some super sweet merchandise at our store. That, along with, your traveling Johnny, your up and coming Mr. Moody, what is it again?
Dude. Minimal brain dysfunction.
Minimal brain dysfunction.
You got to send me a text and remind me so I can find it.
Okay. Yeah, please do, because I want that, like your face on the front, minimal brain dysfunction, and then the actual paperwork on the back.
Yeah, I'll find it for sure, 100%. You got to remind me. Send me a text to remind me.
I will. There's all kinds of other stuff over there too, like "Don't Be a DeSalvo," one of my favorite shirts. The switchblade wielding Jersey raccoon, phone cases, anything you could think of. I mean, there's pillows. There's anything you could think of over there. If you like what you heard from us, consider being a show producer. Help us out over here by heading to themidnighttrainpodcast.com. Click on the Patreon button or go to Patreon. That's patreon.com/The Midnight Train Podcast. For as little as $5 a month, you can get all kinds of cool stuff like custom shirts, custom posters, stickers, all the bonus episodes you can think of. Like I said, we're going to do one on Adam Walsh, and which is a very similar case to what we just talked about, except it's got way more exposure.
Yeah,
in fact,
that was crazy.
It's also related to some serial killers that it's a fucking crazy story, which they didn't do it, but they claimed they did. It's super fucked up. If you guys don't know it, we'll talk about it. So if you're a diehard Midnight Train fan and you want to help produce this show, well, our Patreon is definitely for you. And if you want to make a single one-time donation to the show, to help feed Moody's kids, you can do that at PayPal and use the email address, the Midnight Train Podcast at gmail.com. Most importantly,
I'm going to get a call from like Child Protective Services one day. You'll be like, somebody called us and we listened to some of the stuff that you say and
jokes, folks. I'll just put that there. Jokes. Okay. It's jokes. If you, again, just do that. Just more importantly, just please share this crazy show with people because it's just been, it's something we've loved doing for years now. And we're getting back into it because life kind of kicked us in the balls for a second, but we're getting back in gear. We're going to bring you guys as much content as we possibly can. But not only that, we're going to bring you stuff that maybe you haven't heard of. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where I want to be. I want to be...
So that's what we like to try to do.
Yeah, we want to bring stuff that's not the norm. So Don't forget to follow us on all the socials like Twitter and Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Spotify over there if you're a bonus listener. If you're a pooper, you can actually listen to it on Spotify now. And we cannot thank you all enough for your love and support. Honestly, you guys really do keep it moving and make us want to keep doing it. And you're just amazing, and we thank you for listening. Now, you're going to love this movie, a very special first-class passenger Patreon thank you to...
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
William Santiago, Randy Corwin, Meredith Griffith, Joel Valerio, Whitney Stevens, Amulet 2, Emily McCobb, Amanda Carruthers, Patrick Jones, Robert Bunclark, Amy Moses, Ibrahim Moises, Samuel Beaver, Chelsea Benz, Timothy Moore, Jacob Knoll, Ms. P, Sandra Fuentes, Jake T, Tim Karras, Zoe Miller, Tracy Valancourt, Edgar Rodriguez, Jenny Wynn, Riley Griffin, Amanda C, Nathan Diekman, Caitlin McKinney, Miles Campbell, Brian Gunselman, Pumpkin Escobar, Janet Sherrill, Justin Kowalczyk, Maria Gibbs, Chainsaw, Katie Brabenik, and of course, our boy Bill Birch.
What the fuck? Oh no, I did it wrong. God damn it. It's because I was thinking that you forgot to do the what the fuck to chainsaw, and then you threw me off.
Not yet.
But you said chainsaw already.
Oh yeah, I did. So that's my bad. I fucked you up. What?
You threw the whole fucking thing off.
And of course, hold on. Let's go back real fast. Let's go back. We'll go to Maria Gibbs, Chainsaw.
What the fuck?
Katie Brabenik, and of course, our boy Bill Birch.
Oh, good for you.
So spread the word, please. And if you want your name to be mentioned on the show and for us to be forever grateful, become a Patreon producer. Okay. So
I heard
now
some new names. I like that.
Yeah, man. I told you. It's weird.
It's good.
I love it. And I love that we have more and more people signing up and wanting to just listen to our idiocy.
Fucking poor saps.
He does not mean that. So now, until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and never stop seeking the truth. And of course, stay safe out there, passengers. And as always, choo-choo, motherfuckers!
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
That minimal brain dysfunction's a bitch.